The Nielsen seminar and hitting Yadas every day and having karaoke.
Going to LA.
Playing in the Dome for football and going to state track.
The senior camp out by the school.
Going on to regional finals for golf with my golf team.
Last summer when we went to Emmitsburg and beat Emmitsburg for softball in regional play.
When I blew up Moose's microwave freshman year.
Watching Jim Green hula hoop, beating Osage in football.
Night after play practice, it was for South Pacific, and I was with Mr. Carlson. It was just a group of us people, and we talked for like a solid hour about like everything.
Singing Cher over the loudspeakers before a basketball game.
When Caleb and Javier were chasing me, trying to get my quarters, so I jumped off the elementary slide.
When I shoved pickles in Mr. S's face and about got kicked out of his seminar.
Hasn't happened yet, it'll be graduation.
Preschool.
Beating Osage in basketball this year.
Wrestling Mr. Christensen in building trades.
Breaking my toes in elementary school.
It's all my time with my improv group.
When I got accepted for All-State this year.
Telling Mr. S I didn't care about what we were learning in front of the whole class.
When we played our last game against Lake Mills and we had a 31-33 game, seeing the crowd was just awesome.
When Mr. Green said he'd like to spank the seniors at the FFA banquet.
Being a JJV god during football season.
Probably graduating.
Probably last Monday night when we tented out or going to the Dome with the football team.
Fighting about Battleship with Sage in 4th grade.
Singing in the Unidome sophomore year for state football.
Probably running at state track every year.
FFA state convention this year. We just had a fun time and we didn't care what anybody else thought.
When Liberty pushed me off the chairs in the commons and I hit the floor.
Sleeping out on the school lawn.
Going on FFA trips with James Green.
When I started playing football and I made my first field goal.
That time I almost died on our 3rd grade field trip.
Going to sporting events and having a fun time in the student section.
Prom 2019.
Singing over the speakers before basketball games and all the softball bus rides home.
When Mrs. Larson told us that ich bin heiß means I am horny.
Breaking open pinatas in Nielsen's room over kind of little things.
My favorite memory is also hitting pinatas in Nielsen's room over small things.
Definitely Colin Kramer.
Dakota Branstad.
Mark Bless.
Tanner Evans.
Megan Adams.
Javier Amaloja.
Colin Kramer.
Mark Bless.
Colin Kramer.
Tanner Evans.
Remy.
I think it was Molly probably.
Cosmic Brownies.
Devin Steele.
You.
You gotta say my name.
Megan Adams.
Jamie Van Saben.
Sarah Phelps.
Taylor Stricker.
Nathan White.
Probably Devin Steele.
Spot sound named Spotty.
Canyon.
I don't know myself.
Devin Steele.
I don't have emotions.
Megan Adams.
Colin Kramer.
Megan Adams.
Sophie Merton.
Garrett Coster.
Colin Kramer. Garrett Coster and Ethan Cutter.
Remy Rosenberg.
Caleb.
Myself.
And I was going out to football practice and my backpack lifted my dress up, and so I flashed the whole football team and they all called me left cheek.
Probably getting a concussion before regionals at golf and then getting a big PR.
When I was going to my calc class for semester and I was late and it was super slick and I was using my backpack to like help me get out of my car, and then I got out and I completely ate shit in front of Mrs. Riley and she had to ask me if I was okay during calc.
When Squire found a lover written to me.
When I was messing around in seminar with crutches, I moved them out all the way and was pretending to shoot them, and I broke a bottle of acid.
Having my blue hair. 2 or 3 weeks ago when I thought I shut my car off, but I guess I didn't, and it was running for like over an hour until they announced it on the announcements.
And I was pregnant and faked having my water leak in Mr. Sweesel's class.
In middle school when Chloe Levan hit me in the eye with a wiffle ball and I had a trauma in my eye.
When I fell down the stage during stage fitness.
When I had ankle surgery, I tried to race on my scooter and I fell over.
Breaking my leg in PE class.
Thinking my softball practice was 15 minutes instead of 45.
6th grade when I was roller skating and fell on my butt and had to take like a month off school because I messed up my back.
The entirety of middle school.
In about 3rd grade, we were playing kickball at recess, and I was standing on 3rd to be the baseman, and
Bubby came running up and ran into me, and I flew into the tar pit.
Mr. Christensen, what am I? In building trades.
Freshman year when I took creative writing and Mr. Johnson roasted me in front of all the seniors.
When in middle school, I just about put a discus disc through a school vehicle.
I pooped my pants in kindergarten.
This year, I did ICN classes, so it's through webcam, and without knowing that the speaker was on, I told Addie about how I thought our calc teacher had hairy hands.
When I split my pants at prom when I was hypnotized.
I split my pants at building trades.
In choir, I was wearing my heels and I got stuck on the staircase and like face planted in front of Mr. Carlson, but then he didn't even notice.
Since I've started peeing my pants, I don't really have embarrassing moments.
Pooping my pants at a track meet. Calling Mr. Russell butthole.
I don't get embarrassed.
Actually, the morning that we went to the dome, we like met at the school early, and I was parking my car and I hit somebody's tire, and like 5 people in the parking lot watched me.
When I dropped the school laptop in a fish tank.
Being associated with Sam Heeman.
The time that I didn't know what ODD stood for, and so I just did the entire chemistry assignment, and then I realized in class when we were correcting that it meant odd. Getting stuck on the railroad tracks in a snowbank my freshman year, and then having to have Dave come and use this school tractor to get me out.
Pretty much going to school every day because I trip all the time.
Falling on the treadmill in 8th grade PE.
Last year at the CRC, we had to play that screaming game, and Lily told me to scream as loud as I could with her, and then she didn't scream, and I was the only one who screamed in the entire room, and everyone looked at me.
Breaking my ankle running around a goalpost.
Nielsen.
Even though I only had him for like a semester, it would have to be Nielsen.
Not teacher, but Neil Riley.
Nielsen and Nelson. Mrs. Nelson.
Miss Moose.
Mr. Nielsen.
Mrs. Nelson.
Mrs. Nelson.
Mr. Squire.
Nelson.
Mrs. Nelson.
My top 3 would be Mrs. S, Moak, and Nielsen.
Mrs. Neerhoff, because she took me to the Mall of America and a Twins game.
Mrs. Nelson.
Miss Nelson for sure.
Mrs. Clevenger.
Nelson.
Nelson from, yeah.
Mr. Christensen.
Mr. Nielsen.
Mr. Christensen.
Between Moak or Squire.
Mr. Squire, because he lets me drink a pop every day.
Deneen Nelson.
Mr. Green. Mr. Nielsen.
Mr. Nielsen.
Probably Mr. Christensen.
Mrs. Schultz.
James Green or Mr. Z.
Nelson, when she's laid back.
Nielsen.
Mrs. Cruzy.
Mr. Nielsen.
Delicious. D-Money. Miss Nelson.
Mrs. Nelson.
Mr. Nielsen.
Nielsen.
Mr. Nielsen and Mrs. Nelson.
Probably Miss Nelson.
Definitely Mr. Nielsen. Hopefully I have my degree in teaching and I'll be in Florida.
Making a lot of money with a nice car, a nice house.
Hopefully married, nice house, some kids. Getting dirty with agronomy.
Traveling.
Living in a house with possibly kids.
I think I'll probably be living somewhere like around here, like within like 30 miles of here, and probably working somewhere.
Hopefully working at a middle school teaching math.
Hopefully just graduating from dental school.
Hopefully I went back to school to become a nurse practitioner and have a family, and hopefully I'm somewhere around this area.
Maybe coming back here or around St. Anthony in the general area, working in a bank.
I see myself a successful, young, independent woman with triplets, Harley, Marley, and Charlie, blonde, and running for president.
Probably back in this area, helping people hopefully, and in major debt.
I don't know, doing some cool stuff with animals.
Rich.
Hopefully a coroner with like a couple kids.
Running the black market.
Colonizing Mars. Easily.
Dead.
Rich.
Probably sitting on a beach somewhere. Maybe in a boat by a beach.
Making bank.
Probably still around here.
Teaching somewhere.
Probably finishing college and crippling in student debt.
Hopefully employed somewhere.
I'll probably still be in school, honestly.
Here. I just let the wind follow where I go.
Graduated college with my law degree.
In 10 years, probably still living at my parents' house.
Having fun, if you know. Just kidding. Teaching and maybe have a husband and some kids. Maybe. I have to think about it.
Serving the Marines, hopefully, if not dead.
I see myself with hopefully a steady job and a family.
I'm hoping to be out of college and probably on my way to my job and just good friends and still really with my family.
Hanging out with Simon Coleman.
Wherever the road takes me.
I see myself in Australia on a boat maybe. Not bit by all the poisonous animals. I really would like to survive my outings in Australia. Probably won't have kids, because no way. Maybe I'll have a significant other. I don't really know. But I'll have a good job. I don't know what it'll be.
Hopefully doing something really cool.
I see myself hopefully just out of college with a good old job, probably still taking care of Madeline in my mansion with a couple dogs.
Well, hopefully graduated Nyack and probably in Missouri.
Acting. Either dead or rich.
Not in Iowa.
Marvelous.
Sophie Merton. Like, I don't know if she actually will be, but I think that she like really kick ass at ruling the country.
Christian.
Javier, probably.
Xavier Amalosia.
Probably me. Freaking Javier.
Javier.
Simon.
Javier.
I'd say Simon. I don't know, like Gabby or something. She's pretty smart.
Chloe.
Javier.
Definitely Madeline Newman.
Ethan Gertis.
Probably Javier.
Can really be anyone at this point, can it?
Probably Javier.
Megan Adams.
Xavier Patterson.
By far, no doubt in my mind, it is me.
Definitely not Javier.
Probably Kitty.
Javier.
Javier.
Chloe Levan, because that girl can debate anything.
Sophie Wold.
Xavier Amalosia.
Javier.
Probably Javier.
I feel like Javier.
Me.
I'm gonna say my homegirl Tanyan, because she's always wanted to be the first female president.
Chloe.
Christian Eckerd.
Definitely no biggie.
I hope not Javier.
I want to say Javier, but I don't know if it'll be Javier. I know he wants to be president.
Hey, Chloe Levan.
I hate to say this, but probably Javier.
Me.
Do what you want and don't care what others think about you.
Don't take senior management.
Do not take pre-calc because it wastes your time.
Live your life so that you are sad when you graduate.
High school goes by super fast, and if you don't believe them, believe them.
Don't procrastinate.
Get a job, do your homework, and show up to school.
Go out for as many sports as you can because it helps for time management.
Not to take a class that someone that you want to be with is in, because you'll regret it or you'll be not ready for the class.
Do everything, but not to the point where you hate it.
Live like Larry. Of course, get academics and stuff like that in order, but like have free time for like yourself and friends and everything. Just like enjoy it.
Drink Diet Pepsi. It's the best.
You should never, ever procrastinate. I did it too much, now I'm way behind.
C's get degrees.
Do your best, but also have fun.
Don't be late every day like me.
Drink Mountain Dew.
Don't overload yourself with extracurriculars.
Don't suck.
Stop giving two craps about what everybody thinks of you. Nobody cares.
I think that everyone should try everything, because then you learn more about yourself and what you like and dislike, and it'll help you find a career in the future.
Don't do drugs. Never give up.
Don't transfer school your senior year.
Show up to school.
You know, just enjoy it. Don't stress too much.
Check your email and move for me in the hallway.
If you have something that you want to do or you have a goal, you just go and get it. Get yourself a friend like Xavier Amalosia.
Do everything you can while you have the opportunity to, like participate in things, try new things while you can, because it's over before you know it.
Get your GED instead of doing high school.
Advice for everyone is just not to procrastinate. That's been a big issue with me, I guess.
Make sure you get all your homework turned in and stay on top of school stuff.
Go to the sporting events and have fun in the student section, because I'll miss it. So have fun for me. Oh, and dances.
Take as many night classes as you can in high school.
Find your spot and stay there. Don't take other people's spot in the lunchroom. First day, find a spot. You have about a week to figure out where you want to be
than sit there, you know. It's like find your place and stay in it.
Have fun. It goes quick.
Don't mess up.
I would say to take every opportunity you have and run with it. Don't say no, say yes to things and opportunities, because that's kind of where you find your place in high school.
Have fun.
Always try your hardest because it will have an effect on your image.
Most people are gonna hate you anyway, so just do what you want.
I will miss my art family.
The friendships I have with everyone and the friendships playing sports with everyone.
I am going to miss doing the announcements the most because I love sitting in the office and annoying Mrs. Ballas and Deanne.
The people.
The people.
Probably the schedule and the people.
Playing sports and the team members.
Probably just seeing my friends every day.
Probably just seeing the friends that I probably won't see after I graduate.
Seeing Ms. Ballas every morning.
Seeing all my friends every day.
I'll miss all the underclassmen.
Just the friends and doing speech every year.
Everybody making fun of me because I wear shorts through the whole year.
Probably the teachers and their life lessons.
Pizza crunchers.
Sports.
My friends.
Hanging out with my guys.
Probably nothing.
Work patty day.
School lunches.
Tater tots.
People and how tight, like how close everyone is.
Screwing off in seminar.
Nielsen seminar or the estrogen 2 parties.
Yelling at Gus on the way to school every morning.
Not having to worry about like money every day and stuff.
Miss Moose and I don't know, most of my grade.
Just wandering around the halls.
Showing up late every other day.
Being a part of the teams here, like athletic teams and physics teams.
Study halls were pretty fun. Football Fridays.
Skylar Blunt. The students and all the friends that I had here.
All the nice, positive people, because we live in Iowa.
I guess seeing my friends every day.
Having my grandparents at my games.
P.
Not knowing everybody in the hallways.
Probably nothing. I'll just miss the people, just everyone that's here.
Is everything an option? Because everything.